Hi, this is Catherine Rose. I'm with Board Game Geek here at SPIEL 2016. I'm sitting here with Milan Tasevski from Arcona Games, and he's here to talk about Small Star Empires, a game of galactic colonization and domination.
Small Star Empires is a quick game for 2 to 4 players, area control game where you basically colonize the galaxy, try to control the best systems possible in the game, and you're also going to try to block your opponents from doing so. So it's basically a game of strategic movement of the ships around the board, and it's really simple, it's really quick, around 15 minutes average gameplay. Maybe if you are quick enough with 2 players, you can play it in under 10 minutes. And it's a really simple, so the turn in this game is played in this way. For example, if I were the blue player, I could move any one of my ships in a single direction, right? As much spaces as I want.
So you can go all the way to the end if you want to.
All the way to the end, yeah. Now the only thing stopping you from doing this is other player systems in your way. So, for example, if this was here, I couldn't get as much far. So
you would only be able to go to
up to this one. And so that's basically the movement rule. And after you move your ship, you get to place either a colony or a trade station. Now, either that or the trade station. Now both of these mark control over the system that they're on. So for example, this one here at the end would give me 2 points because there are 2 planets in that system. Or if I put this here, I would get 1 point because there is one planet. Or even here, if I got here, I would get 3 points. So this is probably the best system to have in the game. And after that, if I put a trade station as well, I would get also the points from the system, but the trade station is better because I would get points from surrounding opponent systems, right? So, for instance, I would get here 3 points plus these 3, then I'll get 6 points total for this system. So, you really need to think about where you want to put the trade stations because
you have a limited number of them.
Yeah, you have a limited number, you have only 4 of them, and you really need to think about their placement. So that's pretty much the movement of the game, and players alternate their turns until either all of the players have put their pieces on the board or none of the player ships can move anymore because they became somehow blocked in the game. And when that happens, you get to the scoring phase and you get to score the systems. So you would get 1, 2, or 3 points, as I said, and you will also get points for the nebulas as well. So for instance, if you have 1 green, you have 2 points, 2 green, you have 5 points, and 3 green,
so it's
you have
set
8
collecting
points.
in
It's set collection. So yeah, and that's pretty much the base game. So we have a lot of variants included in the box. So, for example, you have the wormhole tiles that you just put there. So they're placed basically on the empty spaces of the board. So that's how we suggest you play them. And the wormhole tiles pretty much offer interesting kind of movement. So, for instance, let's say that the yellow decided to go here and place a colony here, and then the next turn he would be able to enter this wormhole and come out of another one adjacent to it. So, for instance, he could go here, exit here, and then place his colony here. And he could jump around the board. I mean, all the players could jump around the board. Yeah.
And you have a bunch of different other types of terrains here as well.
Yeah, sure.
Adding extra little bits of gameplay.
Extra little bits of games. And the really interesting thing about the wormholes, what I wanted to tell you, is that you can actually separate the board like this, and you can have like separated galaxies kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Where
meaning you can go
only go through the wormholes. And just make different kinds of board setups. Or for example, as you mentioned, the unexplored system tiles, which give you something either bad like this asteroid field which damages your ship, or these kind of special tiles that are included as well. So those are the variants.
And since it's a modular board, then there's lots of variety.
All the time you have a different map setup. So even if you change only 2 tiles, you have different gameplay. So yeah.
How long does the game go? We use about 10 minutes. Is that right?
It's about 15 minutes on average. So with 3 or 4 players, or as I said, maybe with 2 players, you can play it around 10, under 10, if you're quick enough, and you play the base game.
So it's a nice, quick, little strategic area control game.
Yeah, that's right. And we're also planning some expansions in the future for the next year probably. So we're going to include a lot more interesting stuff that like custom races that you can see here, like these. Yeah. So these are the cards that we plan on including in the expansion, where each of the race in the game has some special kind of ability and movement, and they can use that to
giving a little bit of asymmetry to the game.
Yeah, asymmetric to the game, and maybe some kind of a bit of economy in the game where you actually it's important which colony from your pool you're going to put on the board, so you get different kinds of resources which you can use to buy technologies which enable different kinds of movements and that kind of stuff. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
That
sir.
is
Thank you.
Small Star Empires, a game of galactic colonization and domination.